Howdy. Today, our next project, we're gonna be working on this. It is a Cutlass Supreme. I've LS swapped, but we decided to swap out the cam to a Brian Tolley Racing camshaft. Stage 3, I believe. I'll have to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's stage 3 because I pretty much use that in everything. So we already got the cam installed, but we have to install a converter. So I have a nice stall converter for us to install. The transmission's already out, so we got to button up the transmission, get everything back together, and we could fire this bad boy up. Anyway, one thing I wanted to mention about this car has been a huge pain in my ass, I'm not gonna lie, okay? We put the 5.3 in, and then we wanted to cam it. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll just slide the camshaft out. This motor was running. I had it running. It worked great. Pull the cam out. The third cam bearing comes out with the cam. Falls right in the motor. I had to pull the whole motor out. Everything. I was done. And take it to the machine shop, have them press new bearings in, and then I had to reassemble the whole motor, now with the new cam, and get it installed. Just wanted to give you a little bit of backstory on the giant pain in the ass that this car has been. Alright, so we got the 4L60 in with the new converter. I still have to run the training lines with the drive shaft in and a couple of the little details, but it's in and bolted in. We got the headers back on, as you can see. And now I'm finalizing. The last thing I have to do engine-wise is I have to install the push rods and rockers. I'm cleaning them up, getting them prepped, ready to go in. As you can see there, I installed the new push rods. It's got the new valve springs for the cam and new valve seals. And then always make sure you put assembly lube or oil, if you have it, on the valves and push rods, both sides of the push rods. You don't want to start the motor dry. Hate to do that. So you can see both sides pre-lubed, ready to go. All right, so we got a lot accomplished today. Exhaust completely done, starter, crank sensor, torque converter all done, wiring all done. All the wiring is buttoned back up. We got the rockers, push rods, everything installed, lubed, everything. Got the heater core lines, spark plug wires. I mean, we got the tranny in. I mean, we got a lot done today. All right, so next step, we're gonna be getting the fuse box mounted. Pretty nice fuse box. Love these things. They're cheap, effective, and watertight. My goal is I like to put it right here. So I gotta make the brackets going over to the fender well, and then after I do that, I gotta pull the battery out and then make the lower two brackets. And then after that, pretty much this wiring, most of it goes into that. And then a couple will go to about here, because here's some of the factory plugs I gotta wire in. And then PCM mount, it's already made, it's right there. So I'll get that all back together, but we're moving along. All right, got two brackets done. You can see there and there. Just looks so clean with the fuse box right there and the wiring harness coming into it. Goal is to 100% look like this is factory, and we're getting very close to that. All right, brackets are all done. I'm gonna have this one come over here still, but it's in its final location. Looks good. I'm gonna go get all matching bolts and stuff too, and paint the brackets like I did that one, and we're done. All right, so I've been working for the past 4 or 5 hours now on the wiring. We have these really nice fuse boxes, fully waterproof and everything. Super nice. Here was my original idea on wiring it, fuses, relays. I am kind of retarded sometimes, so I always get the fuses messed up. So I write them down and the numbers corresponding it. So I don't forget, and then like I don't have to keep like looking through or checking the relay. It's right there. I don't have to question it. Here's how I ended up doing it. So you can see there's some little differences, mostly just in placement. Starter, ignition, fuel pump, and then the relays. So it was a little bit different than how I had planned out originally, but it was just because it was easier to wire it in that way. So the next steps are I got to get the power distribution block for these, get the grounds, past that, just clean these up.